Hey guys, it's Mashava, and today's video is going to be a review on the brand new Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina eyeshadow palette. I am so excited. I had only 4 hours of sleep, but honestly I'm so excited that it just doesn't even feel like I'm sleep deprived. I just feel alive just looking at this. I really hope this palette works out. Enough about talking about the actual look of the palette, let's actually look into these shadows. In this palette you get 14 different shades. 7 of them are just straight up metallic pigment, and the rest of them are pretty much matte, or they have like a teeny tiny little bit of shimmer. You also get the typical brush that comes in any Anastasia palette. Honestly, I hate these brushes. Whenever I actually use it on the eye, it just ends up scratching it up. And it never ends up blending out pigment as well as I want it to. So I'm gonna prime my eyelids and let's get into this. After that, I'm gonna set the eyelid with some Coty Airspun powder, and then I'm gonna bake underneath the eyes because we don't know how this palette is gonna turn out, so let's just be sure in case of the fallout, and let's hope it's not shit though. I have no idea what the fuck I want to do for this look because there's just so many pretty shades to choose from. I don't know which one. So I'm just gonna try out Incense. I'm gonna just take that and fluff that into the crease. That's gonna be our first transition shade. So far, it's pretty pigmented and blendable. I have no complaints. The next shade I'm gonna go to is Eccentric and basically go on the same crease brush, and I'm gonna do the same exact thing. I expected more pigment from this shade because the more and more I kept blending it out, the more it just looked like I was blending out more of the same shade as before. I expected it to be more yellowy and orangey because that's what the shade looks like in the pan. It doesn't look that orangey, it looks super brown. It just looks really similar to the shade Incense once it's on the eyelid, so this ain't my favorite. Now I'm gonna go into the shade Love, and I can't relate. But this shade has like really tiny glitters in it, but when it's actually on the eyes, you can barely see the glitter, so I don't even know what to call it, if it's like a matte or shimmer or whatever. Holy shit! I barely went into that shade and I can already see it on my eyelid from the first just gentle tap on the eyes. This shade is so pigmented, but it is super, super, super powdery. This shade is very, very powdery. It flies everywhere. This shade is so powdery in the pan. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm barely gonna tap into it and look. It's just exploding everywhere, and I barely tapped into that, I'm telling you. And this is just, I feel like I could hit pan in this shade already. Oh, wow, that is so much fallout. Oh my god. This fallout is crazy. Okay, now I'm gonna go into a flat shader brush and I'm gonna use the same eyeshadow primer and cut the crease. The first metallic shade I'm gonna go into is Summer, and I have been dying to use this shade. These are my favorite type of shade, just really beautiful gold shades, and the swatch on this was freaking insane. I'm gonna use the same flat shader brush and let's fuck it up. Okay, whoa. This palette is really interesting. Okay, I'm barely just dipping my brush in there, and this shadow feels like it's about to really just splash. Like, it feels super wet. This is so crazy. Look at this. I never used shadows like this. ColourPop shadows are kind of like this, but this is some next level shit right here. So I'm gonna dip my brush in there. Look at that. This is crazy. This is the same thing that's happening right now. I'm doing this the most gently I can, and it's crumbling everywhere. Oh my god. Oh my god. I know I keep saying oh my god, but look at this. I'm literally like digging into this just by barely tapping into this. I've never seen a formula like this in my entire life. Like, I can literally like, I just hit pan on this. Guys, I need to zoom you in. This is, what? Did I get a bad palette or something? This is crazy. Look, I kept hitting on it with the slightest bit. I swear to God, I was going so gently on this and I already hit pan on this. This review is going crazy. I have so much powder on my mirror right now. This palette is the messiest palette I've used in forever. Ooh! Damn, that pigment. Holy shit. I think I'm about to climax. Oh my god. I was about to dip into rose gold, but rose gold has the same exact problem. I'm about to zoom you in again. I swear to God, if I hit pan on this right now, this is crazy. I think I might have gotten a bad palette or something. Wow. Look at this. Look at this. I'm barely tapping to it. I swear to God, guys. I'm barely tapping on it. This feels even softer than that shade. Like, I've never used a palette like this ever. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm hitting pan into this too. It's the same thing. I hit pan. This is crazy. Oh. I'm gonna show you guys what normal metallics are like. I'm gonna use the same exact pressure using the same brush, using a similar shade, and I'm gonna show you guys because I'm not bullshitting this. Same pressure, same shade, similar shade. Look, this is not happening. It still looks pretty normal. This is a ColourPop eyeshadow. This is way cheaper. I'm gonna go way harder into this and you'll see it's not nearly as crazy. Do you guys see that? I'm jabbing into this. Like, she's freaking dying. Okay, don't die, I love you. This palette is crazy. I'm so scared of it now. I'm really scared. Okay, I'm gonna go into the shade Wild Child. Let's just continue using this palette. Let's just see how it goes. So this is the shadow. I'm gonna keep pressing into this. Let's see the fallout. Okay, this fallout is pretty crazy in the pan. I noticed that too when I was like casually going into it. This isn't as bad as the other two shades, but it's still pretty freaking bad. Holy shit. Ooh, my heart, like, guys, I spent like $52 on this, or like $50 with this with shipping. Like, I didn't want it to be like this. Okay, this is pretty, but pigment isn't where I want it to be considering all that fallout. I was doing my other eye off camera, and I put Wild Child in the other eye, and literally a chunk of it fell off. Literally a chunk of it. It was falling in chunks. I'll show you guys. I'm so shocked. Like, what? Okay guys, look at this. These chunks, I was doing my other eye off camera and literally just broke into chunks and it just all collected in here. This tutorial is just getting harder and harder. I'm gonna go into another metallic shade. I'm gonna go into the shade Celestial. Let's hope that's okay. So right here, I'm going into the shade Celestial, and this doesn't have as much fallout as the past three we've tried. Well, actually the past four, this is pretty bad too. This isn't as crazy, but definitely not as good as an average shadow, but definitely not as wild. I didn't hit pan on it after tapping on it 5 times. Okay, this fallout, even though there wasn't that much fallout on the pan, for this shade, the fallout on my face is really bad. This next metallic shade, I'm gonna go into the shade Dazzling. I'm just not gonna use my brush because we already know what's gonna happen after these last 4 metallic shades have been such a mess. It's good pigment. There is fallout on the pan. It does feel just as soft as the other shades. I feel like the same story is gonna happen, but it's not bad. Now I'm gonna go into Drama. It's like this dark metallic shade. There isn't as much fallout on this metallic shade, but it's definitely softer than most shadows. Okay, she has pigment. Not crazy pigmented, but pigment's there and it's not bad. Definitely better than the other metallic. I feel like because these shadows are so powdery, they keep moving around everywhere, so I have to keep on going back over it with the same Wild Child shade, and it's really hard and messy to work with. Yeah. For the lower lash line, I'm gonna go into this really dark shade called Volatile and just smoke it out. Now I'm gonna go into the shade Soul and smoke that out as well so I can really get like that pop of color. Soul is a pretty good shade. I don't mind this. So after that, the last crazy metallic shade I'm gonna go into is Dreamer. And Dreamer does have that same wet feeling. The more I'm going into it, I already know I'm gonna hit pan on this. Let's just use it. And now the last shade I'm going to is Base, and we're just gonna highlight the brow bone. Ooh, she's pigmented. I'm gonna add some eyeliner and mascara and attempt to wipe this fallout. So while I was in the middle of doing my mascara and eyeliner, the eyeshadows were so powdery that it just kept going in my eye. It just gets everywhere. Oh my god, this is crazy. I paid my own money with this. I pay my own money for every single palette I review, any makeup I review, and I'm just an 18-year-old girl. I don't make thousands of dollars. Basically what I'm trying to say is I don't make much money. I'm a broke college kid. I paid $48 for this plus $6 of shipping, so $54. This was not worth $54. I literally hit pan on this after just tapping into it a few times, and it was just annoying having to use this palette, and each time I just put eyeliner or mascara, I just went to do the other eye, the pigments would just get in my eye. This palette is just crazy. Like, I'm honestly kind of mad because it's so bad. It's so hard to work with. It's so fucking powdery. It's so fucking crazy. I don't even know. I just used this palette once and I hit pan on 3 different shades, and just, it's a powdery mess. My pants look crazy, the floor looks crazy, and like, you guys see the zoom up, this looks fucking crazy. Hopefully you subscribe after this, yeah, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.